Okay, so learn and start playing piano all by yourself. So this is going to walk you through for week 1. So there's going to be 4 lessons, 4 weeks, because this is supposed to run for a month. So 4 weeks. So every single lesson is going to run week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. So this is for week 1. I'm going to try and be fast a little bit and see what I can cover. Now, do not rush. Take your time and see what happens. So the first thing we want to do is, by the way, my name is Vic Piano, and a lot of people know me. Vic Piano, they just call me Vic Piano, man. You can just call me Vic Piano now. This is my face. Yeah, this is my face. So Vic Piano, and well, I'm just gonna do that for familiarity's sake, so you understand. So, number one thing I'm going to talk about is some musical concepts you must understand. So, before we talk about piano, we have to talk about music in general. I would like you to get a book, or if you have purchased the speed piano tutorial, you can use it alongside with this video lesson. But without it, it's still okay, you can just get it. So, some musical concepts you must know, that will be topic 1. It says music can be defined as the combination of pleasant sounds, and its history can be traced to the creation story. So there's no like the history is far older. It's too old to trace. So however, the opposite of music is noise, which are sounds unpleasant to the ear. So when you hear noise, noise are sounds that are unpleasant. That's the opposite of music. Music are pleasant sounds, noise are unpleasant sounds. Very good. Now, music to some people may be noise to others. So it's good to understand that noise to you is music to others, and music to you is noise to others. With this understanding, it's easy for you to understand and appreciate everybody's choice of music without being discriminative. I may like salsa and you may like jazz, and because you like jazz, salsa becomes noise to you and jazz becomes noise to me. You understand? But salsa is music to me. So that's just about it. There are different genres of music. We have genre, when I mean genres, like categories of music. We have salsa, jazz, blues, swing, reggae, makossa, afropop. And the list continues on and on. So there are different no different stages about that in music. Now let's go to the next one. All about musical keys. This is for topic 2. All about musical keys. Now, what is a musical key? A musical key can be defined as those sounds used in music. Hopefully, there are other definitions, but for your level, just take it as musical keys are those sounds used in music. Now, proper attention should be accorded to this topic as it cuts across all other musical instruments as a whole before we start diving into. Now, in music, there are 12 keys. You understand? I'm going to show you the 12 keys right away. I will illustrate it. Now, there are 12 keys, and uh, 12 keys, and these 12 keys are divided into 7 natural keys and 5 sharp keys. Now, the 7 natural keys is equals to C, D, E, F, G, and A. I'll take it again. 7 natural keys equals to C, D, E, F, G, and A. While the 5 sharp keys equals to C sharp, D sharp, F sharp, G sharp, and A sharp. I'm going to illustrate everything. I just want you to have some theoretical knowledge before we go practical. You understand? So don't rush. Now equals to 12 musical keys. So musical keys rotates. It rotates. You understand? So let me go back. Let me go now. If you look at the piano, you have your white and black. There's a white and black key. White and black. So some keys are white, some keys are black. Now the black keys are the sharp keys, while the white keys are the natural keys. Understand? So black keys. These are the sharp keys, while you have the natural keys, which are this. But don't get distracted. The black keys has 2 names. Either you call it the sharp keys or the flat keys. But for now, let's take it as the sharp keys so that I don't get confused. And the white keys is known as the natural keys. Now, I told you we have 7 natural keys, which is C, D, E, F, G, and A. it's good to write it down so that you don't forget it. C, D, E, F, G, and E. Now, if you look at the keyboard right now, whatever piano you have is divided into two black keys, three black keys, two black, three black, two black, three black. That is how it's divided. Now, to know where key C is on the keyboard, look at the two black key. The white key before the two black key is key C. That's how you identify a key C on the keyboard. The white key before the two black key is key C. Then the white key before the three black key is key F. Very simple. White key before the three black key is key F. Now, let's look for how many C's do we have here. We have one C. I can see another 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 C. So that is it about it. Now, if you have key C as the white key, so if you're counting white keys, it's going to be, since I told you the white keys are natural keys, so you're not going to have, and I've given you 7 natural keys, which is C, D, E, F, G, A. So you go forward, so you're having C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Remember, I told you the white key before the three black keys is called key F. So if you start counting C, D, E, F, if you don't land on F when you're on the white key before the three black keys, it means you didn't count it well. C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Understand? That is how it is. Now for the sharp keys, the sharp key is there. So when you can't see, for the sharp keys you have C sharp, D sharp, F sharp, G sharp, and A sharp. So you have C sharp, which is C sharp is always the first white key when you have the first black key in between the two black keys. When you have two black keys, the first black key there is C sharp. When you have three black keys, the first black key is F sharp. So don't go and mistake it and say C sharp is F sharp. No. If it's two black keys, the first black key is C sharp. If it's three black keys, the first black key is F sharp. If it's two black key, the white key before the two black key is C. If it's three black key, the white key before the three black key is F. I'm sure you got that now. Okay, as simple as it sounds. Let's go to the next one. Now we have C sharp. The next one will be D sharp. Remember, the next one will be F sharp, G sharp, and A sharp. Remember, I told you the 5 sharp keys is C sharp, D sharp, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp. The 7 natural keys is C, D, E, F, G, A, B. Now, there's a trick to it. Every natural key has a sharp key, apart from 2 natural keys, which is key E and key B. That's why you don't have anything like D sharp and you don't have anything like E sharp. So that's why you can't C sharp, D sharp, there is no E sharp. You go to F sharp, you go to G sharp, and you go to A sharp. Now, if you want to count them 12 in number, you don't skip anyone. You can't C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E. Remember, E does not have a sharp, so you go to F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B. You come back again, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, and B. Remember, B and E does not have any sharp key, so you put that in your mind. It's very, very important so that you don't make a mistake. Now, from a key to another key, from a key to a key is called an octave. So from C to C is called an octave. Any key, so from C sharp to C sharp is called an octave too. So this is how many octave keyboard? This is 1, 2, 1. This is from key to this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you have 5 C's on this keyboard. So this is a 5 octave keyboard of piano, per se. Now let's step it up a little. Now when you can't, musical key rotates in nature. So when you get to B, what you have to do is start counting again from C. So to completely list out the 12 keys, you have to do C, Now there's a difference when someone says list out the 7 natural keys alone, and when someone says list out the 5 sharp keys alone, and when someone says list out the 12 musical keys. So if I say list out the 7 natural keys, what you're supposed to do is C, D, E, F, G, A, B. If I say list out the 5 sharp keys, you're supposed to say C sharp, D sharp, F sharp, G sharp, and A sharp. Very simple. Now, if I say list out the 12 natural keys, you have to list everything together. So you're going to do C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, remember E does not have a sharp, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, and B. Very, very simple. Very simple. Now when you get to B, this is 1 octave. You go again C, C sharp, D, G sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp. Then you get to B. You continue. So musical key rotates in nature. It rotates in nature. So that is it about it. Don't forget what I told you. First of all, the white key before the 2 black key is key C. So you know where you can always get your key C. Then the white key before the 3 black key is key F. Then the first black key when you have the 2 black key, the first black key is C sharp. Then the first black key when you have the 3 black key, the first black key is F. Then counting C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F sharp, G, and A, and B. Very simple. Very simple. Let's run it through our keyboard and see if you really know how to identify these keys on the keyboard and see what happens. So you have C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, and B. Very simple. So that's it about for the key. Now what you have to do, try and write down the 12 musical keys. What you do, first write out the natural keys, write out the sharp keys, then write out the keys, the 12 keys together. Understand? Very, very, very simple. Okay, so let's go to another one, to another to another topic. Okay, the next topic we're going to talk about is semitone, tones, sharp, flat, and roots. So let's get it very well. We're going to talk about semitone first, tones second, sharp third, flat fourth, and roots. Let's just have a little break. Okay, now what is a semitone? Now before coming to this topic, I'm sure you understand what a key is and how you can identify them on the piano. Very simple. So where is key C, where is key F, how you can list the 12 keys on the piano is very simple. If you don't understand, you can always go back and watch it now, and watch it very well so that you know you don't get confused. Okay, now semitone. What is a semitone? A semitone is the shortest distance on the piano. A semitone is the shortest distance on the piano. Now, for each topic I give to you, it's supposed to take you at least 2 days in a week, 2 days in a week. But if you're fast enough, you can do all this 1 week topic in 1 day if you're very fast enough. Okay. So What is a semitone? A semitone is the shortest distance on the piano. You understand? What is a tone? A tone is the combination, is the shortest combination of two semitones. What is a sharp? A sharp can be defined as moving forward. What is a flat? A flat can be defined as moving backward. What is a root? A root can be defined as your actual destination from which a movement is made, or the actual definition from which a movement is made. So when I begin to talk about this, I'm going to go in details and see what we can see what happens from there. Now there are symbols to this. Your semitone is represented by an ST. ST. So ST, you write it down. Your tone is represented by a T, capital letter T. Your sharp is represented by an ash sign. Ash sign. Your sharp is represented by an ash sign. Your flat is represented by a small letter B. Those are the symbols. And your root is represented by an arrow sign. So I'm just going to flash it to you. I'm going to flash it so you can see it. You understand? So this is it. These are the symbols. You can get this now. Then we'll go. Okay. Let's proceed to the next one. Now, what is a semitone? Now, let's say we have, okay, let's start with the root first of all. What is a root? A root is the destination we want to start working from. Now, let's say we have 12. Pay attention to this; it's very, very important. Let's say we have 12 keys. Sorry, let's say we have 12 keys. Now, if I decide to choose any key, to work from any key, let's say I want to work from key C, my key C becomes my root because I'm working from C. If I say I want to work from F, F becomes my root. If I say I want to... Now, if I say I'm working from my B, B becomes my root. So, a route can be defined as the actual destination from which a movement is made. So it's just like where we are working for. So for this topic, let's work with C. C becomes our root. We want to work with C, so anything we are doing is from C. Now, what is a semitone? A semitone is the shortest distance on the piano. You understand? So if I move from C to C sharp, remember, C sharp is the closest key to C. Now, don't go and say D is the closest. No, you have C sharp before you get to D, because you have C sharp, and D when you're counting the 12 musical keys. So from C to C sharp is a semitone. But C sharp is the semitone, C is the root, because we are working from C. So C becomes our root. So when a movement is made, just its shortest distance, this becomes a semitone. C sharp becomes a semitone. Now, just one movement, that's it. So from a key to another key is a semitone with the shortest movement. So it has to be a very short movement. So from C, which is our root, to the next key is a semitone. Now let's try another key as our root. If key E is our root, from E to what to give us a semitone? From E to F, E is our root. So if you move from E to F, F becomes a semitone. E is not a semitone. F is a semitone. E is a root because we are working from E. So from E to F is a semitone. So get that very well so that you don't make a mistake. Now, these are the most important topics you find yourself on the piano. If you miss it, you have missed it for life. So pay attention to it. Make sure you write it down. You rewatch, rewind, slow, fast, and take your time to watch it. Don't be fast. You understand? Okay, so that's it for semitone. Now, I can tell you, okay, if this is the shortest movement from a key to another key, the shortest movement, that's a semitone. You know, we can have 2 semitones, we can have 3 semitones. So if I do from C to what will give me 2 semitones, it means I have to move. C is my root, so I have to move 1, 2, 3. So it will be D sharp. D sharp will become the third, which is 3 semitones, will be D sharp from C. Remember, C, don't just press a note or a key and call it a semitone. No. Any key you press first is your root. Then the movement you make thereafter determines what it is. So if you make a short movement, it's a semitone. Now I can tell you, move 5 semitones from C. So this is C. So I can move, this is C, which is my root. Now I want to move 5 semitones from C. I'm just going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is F. Move 12 semitones from C. C is my root, so I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, which is C. I'm not skipping any notes. You don't skip any notes when you're counting your semitones. Very simple. Do you understand? It's very simple. Now, let's go to tone. Remember, a semitone is the shortest distance. So this is C, which is my root. I just move by the shortest distance, which is C sharp. Now I can move as many short distance I want, depending on what the instructor is asking or what is needed of you. Now let's go to the next one, tone. Tone is the shortest combination of 2 semitones. So tone is when you combine 2 semitones. So for you to have a tone, you must have 2 semitones. So if this is root, I must now have 1 semitone, 2 semitone. This is the tone. So 1, 2. In semitone, I only count 1 to give me a semitone. But in tone, I'll count 1, 2, 1. So 2 movements will give me 1 tone. 2 movements will give me 1 tone. You're not counting. But for semitone, 1 movement is a semitone. But for tone, you must have 2 movements from your root. Your root is not a semitone, no. Your root is not a semitone. Your root is a root. It's where you're working from. So this is your root. 2 movements from your root is a tone. So 1, 2, 1 tone. So two movements will give you 1 tone. So if I say 2 semitones is equals to what? 1 tone. 4 semitones is equals to 2 tones. So I can either say give me 4 semitones, or I can tell you give me 2 tones. It's the same thing. This is 4 semitones from C. C is our root, so we count C sharp, D, D sharp, and E. This is 4 semitones. If it's 2 tones, I'm not going to count 1 tone, 2 tone. So if I say 4 tones from C, to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So you see, I have to count 2 to make it 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm sure you have to understand semitones and tones. Very, very tricky. So take your time to understand it. Tone, semitone is just 1 movement. Tone is 2 movements before you call it a tone. So if I say 6 tones from C, C is our root. Don't press a key and call it a tone or semitone. It's a root. So C. So you're from C. So C is our root. You don't press it. So you go to the next one, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 tones will be 14 semitones. Now if it's a semitone, I'm not going to do 1. I'm not going to count 2 to get 1. I'm just going to count it straight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Very simple. So if I say 7 tones from C, you're not going to get 1. Remember, tones and semitones are 2 different things. So pay attention when somebody is telling you, give me a tone or give me a semitone. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 tones from C will be D, key D. Now, 7 semitones from C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 will be D. Remember. Okay. Now let's get tricky. That's it about tones and semitones. Now let's get it tricky. So 7 tones from F will be what? That's your assignment. You do it. 7 tones from F, you write it down. 7 tones from 7 and 16 semitones from G will be what? You write it down. Write it down in the comment section. 7 tones from F, 16 semitones from G, 24 semitones from key A will be what? Remember, any key you press, cannot be called a tone or semitone. It is called your root. You start making your movement after the key. Okay, so the next thing is flat and sharp. I told you flat is coming backward. It's just a musical term which means to go backward. That's the meaning of flat. Sharp means to go forward in music. So sharp is going forward. Flat is coming backward. And that is why the musical keys have the sharp keys have two names. But I'm going to come back to that secret later. You understand? Now, if this is a semitone, this is key C. This is key C, which is our root. We want to work from this key C. Now I say give me 4 semitones from C. C is our root, so start counting from the next key. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Now remember, 4 semitones from C, it is not correct. I'm not going to say give me 4 semitones going sharp. Give me 4 semitones from C. If I say going sharp, it means I should go forward. So I'm not going to count 1, 2, 3, 4. If I say going flat, give me 4 semitones from C. This is C, so I'm going to count backward. 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be G sharp. If it's going forward, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, which is E. To understand the movement, the instructor can say go flat, which is backward, or go sharp. Any which way, it's easier for you to understand and do. This is C. Going sharp, give me 5 semitones from C. C is our root, so you can start counting from there. Count from the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So which is F. F is 5 semitones from C, going sharp. Going flat, give me 3 semitones from C. So 1, 2, 3, which is A. Because you have your C, which is your root, so you start counting from the next one, 1 to 3. Now, going sharp, give me 4 tones from C. Remember, tone is you have to count 2 movements to make it 1. So you have, this is C, you don't start counting from your root. Go to the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have G sharp, it's 4 tones from C. Going flat, give me 6 tones from C. This is C, which is your root, you don't count there, so you come to the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many did I say? Is it 4? 4 tones or 7? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is A sharp. 7 tones from C going flat is A sharp. So understand the concept between flat and sharp so that you don't get confused. Now that is why when we have C, if we are going like this, C, the next black key becomes C sharp. You see, D, the next black key, D sharp. E, there is no sharp for E, so you go to F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, and B. Now if you want to count backward, it will now be B, B flat, A flat, G flat, F, E flat, D flat. Then you have your C. So the black keys have 2 names. You can either call them sharp or flat, depending on where they are. So their name changes depending. But for now, we'll be making use of the sharp. I'm just giving you that secret so that you don't. So the C sharp can also be called D flat. D sharp can also be called E flat. F sharp can also be called G flat. G sharp can also be called A flat. A sharp can also be called B flat. So it's interchangeably. So, but for now, let's just take it as C sharp, D sharp, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp. Take it that way. That's how we're going to take it. Just take it that way. And that is it about semitones, tones, flat, sharp, and roots. Remember, your roots is where you're making a movement. Don't just press any key and when you're counting, just press it. No, the key you're working from when you want to start counting is after you've made a movement. Now, if C is my roots, when I make a movement, the movement determines if the next key is a semitone or tone. So if I move 1 movement, it's semitone. If I move 2, it's tone. So understand it. That's it. If you have any question, drop it in the comment section. Okay, so now a semitone can also be called a half step. This is just some musical theories you can understand. And a half step or a half note. So I can say semitone, half step, or half note is the same thing. While a tone can also be called whole note or whole step, it's the same thing. So there's no that. Okay, let's go to well, I think that's where we're going to end for now. Remember, to always get this: what is a tone, what is a semitone, moving forward by 4 tones from a root, see where you would you land, what is a root, understand that. So this should cover you up for your week 1. This should cover you up for your week 1. Take your time to study each of the topics. We've treated 3 topics right now. Take your time to study each of the topics. Remember, just a brief analysis. I talked about music, and I talked about how music is pleasant sound and noises are unpleasant sound, and how we have different genres of music like salsa, jazz, blues, reggae, afropop, and the rest. I'll talk about musical keys with the 7 natural keys, which is C, D, E, F, G, A, B, and we'll talk about sharp keys, which is C sharp, D sharp, F sharp, G sharp, and A sharp. Then we talk about the 12 keys in total, which is C sharp, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp. Now there are 2 natural keys that don't have a sharp, which is your key E and key B. Now remember, musical key rotates, and from a key to another key is called an octave. You understand? Now I illustrated it. The white key before the 2 black key is key C. The white key before the 3 black key is key F. Then the black key before on the 2 black key, the first black key is C sharp. The first black key on the 3 black key is F sharp. So when you're counting your keys on the piano, when you're placing them, you should know where if it's correct or not. We'll talk about semitone, the shortest distance of the piano, and tone is the shortest combination of 2 semitones. Your root is the destination from where you're walking from. A flat is defined as going backward, and a sharp is defined as going forward. That is it about it. So that will be for week 1. I ensure to have properly understood everything about week 1 before you go to week 2. This is where week 1 is going to end. I'm going to see you in week 2. If you're ready for week 2, then let's go.